congratulations first and foremost. I wanted to let you know that I watched this movie last night while I was like rocking my 7-month-old to sleep. So felt a little bit of like a spiritual connection to you because I also spent a portion of the movie covered in human.
Oh, nice. Epic.
25 years and we haven't learned a goddamn thing.
25 years of Jackass. Did you ever imagine back in the late 90s, early 2000s that this would still be such a major part of your life in 2026?
No, my core belief was that I would not live to be even 30 years old. So, I turned 30 in 2004.
So yeah, it's safe to say that the rest of it has been just nothing but a blessing, I guess.
Big time. I mean, you get right down to it, like uh longevity and longevity in the entertainment industry is elusive to begin with, you know? So to imagine that there would be longevity for Jackass would have been preposterous. You know, the nature of what we were doing, to imagine it having legs just wouldn't make any sense. Um, I had a sense that it would be popular just because it was crazy and I think inherently compelling. And I think that Knoxville is really a highly intelligent guy, and and he was protective of the franchise and its integrity. He swore each movie was going to be the last, and his resolve wore down gradually over periods of years. So there were, few projects that were far between, and because of that, because each installment was metered out, so you know, far apart from one another. That's where the secret to the longevity kicked in.
Well, speaking of longevity, kind of the older you get, I mean, this is my own personal experience. The older I get, I mean, things hurt just from waking up in the morning. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, you're in the best shape of your life, I think it's safe to say. But at the same time, like, is it a little harder to muster up the courage when you're in your late 40s, early 50s doing these sorts of things?
Yeah, I mean, there are things that I just can't do anymore. Like I'll never do a standing backflip on flat ground again. I'm resigned to that. I'll never do a 360 double kickflip shove it on a skateboard. I'm resigned to that. But like actual physical prowess, is not a prerequisite for, like it, for what I do. I think the most important thing is creative originality. Like if we're doing the same thing over and over and over, then it's going to get played out. And I think that to an extent that became an issue for Jackass because we did kind of go back to certain wells, a lot over the years. Um, but at the same time, like there's always new things to come up with, and there's new things to do for 50-year-olds that a 20-year-old wouldn't have thought of.
Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass. Welcome to the first day of our last film.
What are you feeling?
I'm sad.
Does it make you sad, Chris?
No, I'm not in touch with my emotions.
Watching the movie, it kind of started and ended with Johnny Knoxville getting a little emotional, kind of talking about the ride you guys had been on and the idea that it may or may not be coming to an end. I know you had him in the hot seat asking him that at one point. Did you get emotional too? Did you feel the same way?
Um, Yeah, I don't know that I think that Knoxville's emotion to me read on the screen as grief, you know, loss. And for me, I think that the emotion that I feel is just gratitude. Like we didn't necessarily even deserve this beautiful, symbolic, ceremonial celebration of the franchise to mark the ending of it. Like, in my view, it was just, oh, it was already over. So the opportunity to celebrate it all and get paid one more time and have our profiles bumped up one more time. Like, what a gift, what a blessing, like that's just something, wow, like what a cool thing. And I'm grateful for it, you know?
Mhm.
My experience after the fact has been, oh, I didn't really think of, you know, the reality that, yeah, we celebrated it, but now we've kind of branded ourselves as finished. Like it occurred to me, like, ooh, I didn't really think of that, like in a professional sense, maybe it's not like the most helpful thing to be the guys that are done with officially.
Right. To be fair, though, I feel like Rod Stewart and the Rolling Stones have announced that they're done and then go back on tour almost every year. So
Right, right. And that by no means am I belly aching about that. I mean, I'm still just so grateful, and I wouldn't change anything for the world. Um, but yeah, I just don't know that. I don't know that I share the grief that Knoxville seems to experience with it. I think that I'm just firmly planted in gratitude.
was it weird watching those old clips back and kind of looking back on your own life? Do you consider yourself like an introspective person?
I It's very weird to see it all put together, especially just so masterfully put together with these versions of ourselves that are just almost unrecognizable at this point. Like there's so many different versions of us in this film. And for me, I'll go back to the gratitude because throughout the whole, you know, timeline, like my evolution was one of growth. Like um in the beginning I was just such a nightmare to be around, and I was so out of control. And then, like, you know the first movie I was just on cocaine the whole time. The second movie I wasn't doing cocaine because I promised I wouldn't, but I was just problematic in other areas. The third movie I was clean and sober, but like newly clean and sober, and like wildly uncomfortable in my own skin, having not yet found my voice and just frayed emotionally. And then the fourth movie I've just blossomed, and like I'm comfortable and just throwing out lines, and like, and then now the fifth movie, and I'm like, all right, let's go. So this like this trajectory that the whole timeline of Jackass represents for me in personal growth is just something that I'm like beside myself. I'm so grateful for and to see it all put together. Like, what jumps out of the whole movie for me is that it covers such a massive amount of time. And throughout those decades, the constant that never changed was just pure, unmitigated joy. Like you see us at every stage of this franchise, every moment throughout this film, 30 years, like we are rolling on the floor, howling, laughing from our souls. Like you can't pretend to experience that kind of joy. And I just feel like that's why it's such an emotional presentation. That's why it's such a beautiful piece of art because it conveys joy, like pure joy. And I think that that's just what life's about, man. And I think that we really we nailed that.
Hi, I'm Chris.
I know you say in this movie that you wanted to be the MVP, and I truly believe that you are. So congratulations on that as
I
well.
mean,
And your growth over time shows that you deserve to be.
well, I appreciate that. Um, I know that that was the thought I had going into it. I was like, man, like I really just want to I want to come gung ho and I want to go all out. In the final analysis, I cannot accept that honor because it was earned by poopies. I mean, there's just like I was very one dimensional in my contribution to this film. It was all about my butthole, right? Poopies like stepped up with commitment that nobody else did. Like the lip injections,
The lip filler, yeah.
the penis shocker, like he would, like with the shaving and the like, I know what you want me to do, and I'll do it. Clearly, Poopies ran away with it. And power to him. I also, I'm so proud of Poopies because he was in a lot of trouble with substances when we were filming the fourth Jackass movie, and has since, in between four and five, he found recovery and grabbed onto it like like a lifesaver, like and it's so beautiful to see like how passionate he is about his recovery and how everything that's lovable and crazy about him is intact. Like he's still a complete disaster, but of such a purely positive one.
I love to hear it. Listen, I want to get two more quick questions in.
Sure.
One, is there one memory more than anything else, better or worse, that stands out over your Jackass career?
Um, when you said that, like the first thing my head went to, um, when you said better or worse, people often ask me, like, is there a Jackass stunt that I really regret that I wish I didn't do? And when they ask the question, they think that there's going to be something that stood out as like, oh, it was too much, and I wish I didn't do it because it was too much. And the reality is that my regrets, in the Jackass space, my regrets are the moments when I choked, when I wimped out, because like there's not really a lot in Jackass like there was too much because the worse it is, the better the footage. Like there's not like we were very fortunate to not have any like catastrophes on screen that really resulted in tragedy. Like what we had was things that were the worse it got, the better the footage was. Nothing. Even when Poopies got bitten by the shark, like one could argue that that's like the most. Like he's okay now, and then so there's just it. In my view, we were fortunate that nothing was ever too much in Jackass to make it to the screen. And the tragedies were when I went down. There's a handful of moments where if I dug deeper, if I committed fully, if I just didn't wimp out, then I would have had more awesome footage.
All right. Well, I got to let you go, but I did just
Yeah,
want to
take
mention
it.
your passion.
Do it. You said two questions. Ask the other
Okay.
one.
Well, your Crash and Burn tour is coming to Maryland, which is where we're located right now, later this month. So I just wanted to see what fans can expect when they come see you
Oh
live.
my God. Thank God I asked you to ask that question. Ah, okay, now my Crash and Burn tour is a multimedia experience as a live show. You gotta try to imagine a Jackass movie meets a stand-up comedy show. All of the material is completely new. All of the multimedia components um, are filmed exclusively for the show. I've become a bona fide production company in my own right. Since I started making YouTube videos like 15 years ago, I've just become more and more capable with my production powers. And when I'm filmed, it's like my Crash and Burn show. It's like I went out and just filmed a solo project, like I'm filming a Jackass movie. Except I don't have to obey the laws like we do on Jackass. I do it all with no insurance at all. And I don't have to submit anything to the MPA to make it fit for an R rating. You know. So I have no rules, and I go out of my way to break laws that I'm comfortable breaking. you know, so I can just say like that it is an even more unhinged like project than a Jackass movie, and it's all crafted into a live comedy show, which is punctuated and illustrated with these insane clips that play throughout the show. It's awesome. If I say so myself, it's awesome, and a fan of Jackass will not be disappointed.
That's what I love to hear. Steve, thank you again for spending time with us. Congratulations. It's been an honor.
Hey, brother, likewise, man. Congrats on being a dad.
We are going to be making history today with the first robot prostate exam.
This is what Jackass looks like at 50. You see the finger on that thing?
That's not a finger.
It's a claw.
Let's let it rip, baby.